As a longtime fan of Kendrick's music, I've been aware of the discussions surrounding Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly, and I think that two legends can coexist in the same era. Let me explain.
It was worth a try. At least it was worth a try. At least it was worth a try.
Ever since I started listening to Kendrick's music, I was already told to study the man's words. While I do think Section 80 was a great album for sure, it wasn't until Good Kid, Mad City that his music started to stick with me. It told a story of a young Kendrick Lamar growing up in Compton, California. I was already able to tell that his conscious storytelling wasn't just a fluke, it was something he began to sharpen in his sophomore project. I come back to this record very often whenever I'm having my hip-hop marathons. I love tracks like Swimming Pools, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Poetic Justice, and much more. It's a very dense project, just like any other Kendrick project. With To Pimp a Butterfly, I thought he hit his creative ceiling. Now, hear me out. I haven't really said anything about it yet, other than everything I'm about to tell you. This is even more dense, with more influenced sounds from the likes of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and mostly centered around jazz instrumentals. Throughout the album, Kendrick is telling this poem either at the beginning or at the end of a song to give you an idea of what the next track is going to be about. It's very diverse in its sound, so it doesn't make itself one-dimensional. There were a bunch of highlights, almost all of them for sure. I guess if I had to pick one track that's like the least replayable, it's either Mama or Mortal Man. But then again, that's no knock to them. But with Mortal Man, it just ties every theme on the album pretty beautifully. Also tossing in an old recording of Tupac from the 90s, which I thought was very creative on Kendrick's part. I have often heard about how both albums are perfect, GKMC is better, no TPAP is better, this, that, and third. For me, I think both albums can coexist as legends. I have grown to understand that GKMC tries to be more trendy in its sound, with a track like Swimming Pools and as well as some others I'm forgetting at this moment. That's what I think. It's sort of compromised in that regard. Now with TPAP, it's more bold in this direction, especially instrumentally speaking. This is sort of the same thought that Anthony Fantano shares as well.
When I reviewed Good Kid, Mad City, saying, why'd you give it a 9? Why not a 10? I mean, how much better can it get? Well, I think this album answers that question.
And I want to make it clear that around the time when I was listening to these records for the first time, I didn't really hear much opinion around these albums. I also agree that TPAP is more daring than its predecessor. However, I will make all of that clear in the deep dive that I will go on with To Pimp a Butterfly later this week, if not at the end of this week, so stay tuned. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. As always, I'll see y'all in the next video.
Nights in my prayers.